Okay there, just headed out to deer camp now and try and get packed up and set up. I'm looking forward to a nice relaxing evening tonight. Come along. Starting to come down now. It's about 34 degrees outside. This is a big change from the opener in the last couple of years. I think last year we had about 75 degrees on the opening day. So this will be more in temperatures that I like. Alright, now we're here. First thing I think I'm going to do is get the four-wheeler out of the truck, and we're going to take some gear out to the woods and kind of get the stand set up before it gets to be dark. Alright, I think we're ready. I think we got it strapped down about the best we can. We're going to take this out there and get it all unloaded. Alright, home sweet home. Let's get this stuff unloaded. This might seem like a lot of gear. This is my gear for the entire 3 weekends. I used to go pretty light. Then over time I got tired of being cold. And with the four-wheeler I can bring out everything all at once. It's kind of nice. So I will leave out here all my food, my lunches and that for the weekend. Eat lunches out here in the woods, so it's kind of nice. We're gonna walk down and pull the camera cards and load that stuff on the phone so we can take a look at that tonight. So if you watched the last episode, I came out here last Sunday and checked on the camera, put some new batteries in it, and pulled what was on the SD card off. So this one's only been here now for 5 days. It's not very long. But we'll see if we got anything in the last 5 days, because that's probably what we'll be seeing throughout the next couple of weeks. Well, the batteries aren't dead. That's a good start. The other camera's right over here. Alright, that one's set to go, and we'll just bring this memory card back with us. Now, I scouted out another spot a few weeks ago, a month ago, for the ground blind. So we're going to drive the four-wheeler over there and see if we can't set the ground blind up about where I want it. Alright, I think we're going to set it up here. The nice thing about the ground blind is it's portable. So we'll try it here, and if I don't like it, we'll move it somewhere else. Alright, I think that's going to work. That gives me a view right down there, and a view into that little gully down there, and then a view back on the trail the way we came. We'll give that a try and sit here for a while one day and see if it works, see if we want to move it. I'm doing stir fry tonight. I'll start by thawing out the steak. Cook up some onions and peppers.
They're softening up a little bit. Now we got something to work with.
This will be a good dinner. Alright, I think I'm heading to bed. We're going to call it a night, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Just made it out to the stand. We're going to go inside, get the heat turned on, and sit back, relax, and watch for the big one to come out the shooting lane. It's a pretty crisp morning this morning. It's probably about, I think it was supposed to be about 20 degrees, a lot of frost and everything. Be a beautiful morning. For breakfast this morning, well, and pretty much every morning I'm hunting, I have some instant oatmeal here, and got a cup of tea that I'm going to make, and I got some water boiling on the pot. And we're all set. Let's enjoy some breakfast. about 11:15 now. We just had a doe walk through 2 of the shooting lanes, so I'm gonna keep our eye open for a buck to be following through. All right, I'm gonna go have lunch with Jamie. We get together for lunch every day, and then we'll head back to the stand after lunch. All right, we're all settled back in after lunch. Had a little bit of soup and a pudding, and ready to look for some more deer. Jamie saw 8 deer this morning in a couple of different groups, so definitely moving around this morning, but no bucks yet. Well, that's about it for tonight. It's time to head back to camp and find some supper. Sit around and enjoy the fire. It's a good day of hunting. Saw 1 doe and spent some time outside. That's what makes it nice. We'll see you in a bit. Hey, good morning. Day 2 of deer hunting. Got all set up in the stand and got the heat on, got things kind of organized. A little bit of snow's coming down now, real light snow, but it's starting to turn the ground white, which is going to make a big difference for being able to see deer real easily and being able to track them if we get enough snow. So just going to sit back, take in the scenery, keep my eyes open for a little while, and then probably have some breakfast here when it gets just a little bit lighter out. Pretty nice snow coming down right now. I don't know if you can see the camera or not. I'm gonna get down and go take a walk over to the ground blind, I think, and just enjoy getting a little blood flow in the legs and sit somewhere different for a little bit. Probably just sit there for 20-30 minutes, something like that. I don't usually sit too long there. Boy, it's really pretty out here right now. making all the trees kind of crack some, so never tell what's out here. I mentioned in the last video that a large part of this area had been logged off quite a while ago. The part we're walking through now was some of that. You could stand here and you could see for hundreds and hundreds of yards when I started hunting in this area. And shot some of my first deer down in that direction there, but the stand I used to sit in, you could see up through this hill real easy. This was all open. Then we're coming up to the ground blind. Get tucked into here for a little bit. Some of our views here from the ground blind. Looking up the trail on that side there. And down into the gully there. And then back along the trail there where we came. Well, I think it's time to move on a little bit here. Jamie had suggested another different spot for the ground blinds, so I'll walk down, check that out, probably carry the little propane tank with me. And then if that spot works out, I'll maybe move the ground blind either later this afternoon or tomorrow. Well, I'm going to be a little honest. I know about where I am, but I'm not quite sure where the location is that I'm looking for. I figured I would have come to it by now, so I probably took a wrong turn somewhere, but we'll keep exploring and doing some more hiking, and we'll find it eventually. Definitely not in a rush. Yeah. Left or right? Pretty sure it's one of the two, not up the hill, so we'll go this way. We'll take the right. Well, I know where I am. Not quite the spot I want it to be, but I think we're going to take it. Jamie saw 3 different deer at this location yesterday, so it's not a bad spot to set up. It's got some shooting lanes already carved out, overlooks some grassy area. Probably just go up and sit on a platform here for a little bit, then start making our way back to this stand so we can get some lunch ready. The trail comes in from the left over there. That's a trail leading back into the trail system. And then a shooting lane right there. And one right there. And then one right there. Those go down to some pretty nice deep grassy areas. And then we walked in on the trail over there. Alright, I'm gonna head out for lunch with Jamie and walk up there, have some soup, and then probably head back to the stand and sit here for a large part of the afternoon. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this afternoon or not. We'll see. But the snow has stopped, but the wind is picking up just a little bit, getting kind of breezy. Had a good lunch. Gonna go over here and check out the cameras real quick. See what they've picked up in the last 24 hours or so. Well, that camera showed a deer at 7-Eleven this morning. And I was sitting in the stand at 7-Eleven this morning, so not quite sure how I missed that. We're going to have to try and figure that one out. We're wrapping up day 2 of hunting. Didn't see anything today, but that's okay. I saw doe yesterday, and I'm not really too worried. So still got quite a few days sitting in the stand and looking forward to those. So I'm just making up some tea here and enjoy the last hour of hunting, which is oftentimes one of the better hours of hunting. So we'll see how it goes. Nice looking 8-pointer. Yeah, good morning. Monday morning. Gonna go out and hunt for probably about 5-6 hours, something like that. Come in at about 11:30, and then call it a day. And we'll see how today goes. We're 2 bucks down now for 4 people, so not bad for opening weekend of bucks only. All right, breakfast is done. Dishes are done. Take a look out in the shooting lanes here. Pretty quiet morning. Alright, just had a doe come into the shooting lane here. Kind of keep our eye open, see if a buck comes behind it after a little bit. About 10:30 here. I'm gonna run down to the end of the shooting lanes and pull the cards on the camera and see what's on the camera from the last 24 hours. Probably gonna be leaving here in about an hour. I was gonna have lunch here, but not really sure I'm that hungry, so I'll probably just skip it for today. So go pull the cards on the cameras, and then got about an hour left to sit and wait for the big one. Well, that's about it for today. For hunting, I'm going to gather up some things here out of the stand and go head back to camp and then head back home. I appreciate you watching the video this far. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'd love to interact with you some. And hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.